think I've got air in my lungs. I think I got too excited and then just chaos on lungs.
Commend that.
But yeah, no, I've set myself a respawn point. So if you want in on this crazy idea, the space truck's between your miners. Just make sure you set a respawn point,
I
because
did.
who knows how
So,
this is about to go.
so today's a special science episode. Pete's built a U-Haul truck. I see you've upgraded to a military right now.
Yep, and the middle one, the small middles, maneuver, so it gets some initial boost. I need to paint the
Okay.
lights if this survives, and I needed more wings, so it's now got a 200 and oh no, it's 412. Well, it is holding half a kiloton right now, though it still says there's enough.
I don't have permission to set on it.
Construct. Uh, uh, Advanced. There it is. Tag. Plum access. Me access. Deniso later when I decide to get him to boost it. Try refreshing.
No, I don't have that.
It's American seat layout, so the passenger's on the right hand side. So you'll feel right at home. Makes sense to you. But you can actually get in the door, which is crazy.
There,
It's
give you a
holding
grill.
500 and... That's awesome. But it's holding 561 tons of engines in the top one, which is the cargo.
Oh,
I plan for it to be 500-ton max, just for honeycomb hauling and that. But this is a good test, at least, to know if it's going to die. So hop in the passenger seat.
I don't see anything that could go wrong with this. Except the part where our knees are in the dashboard. Very uncomfortable. So when we get back, Pete, I have some ideas for science today.
Ooh, science.
I'm going to build some stuff. It may not be good stuff, but I might get the best.
So I'm back to that horrible 400 sustentation speed. So this is gonna take a minute to get to speed.
Oh, that's 500 tons in it.
I'm aware of that. Let's let it level and speed up real quick. Yeah, this might have trouble climbing. Yeah. I think I might have to go put some more wings on this and come back. Alright, quick U-turn. No. Not that much roll. Oh, this is going wrong. because I lagged as I was trying to roll it over, and it just went way far. I've done that before on empty. I just flipped it over and then rolled it the right way up, but that time,
I thought it looked like it was
oops.
trying to do a leap. Decided to stop halfway through and fall out of the sky like a brick.
I'll uh, I'll go get it.
All right. Do I have scrap in here? It's probably that extra brake I put on there that threw the balance off. And I have scrap. I know where I'm going.
I have plenty of scrap in the VMAX. I'll just go get it and bring it back here before I not repair it till it's back here. Uh, but no, I do think 561 tons was pushing it. I'll take some weight out and then fix the
Well,
wing
but the thing
problem.
is you want to make sure that you have enough.
Well, I
Like,
only plan for it to hold half a kiloton. I don't plan for it to carry more. That's my
yeah,
goal.
but
I
you
want
want
it.
to test it with more.
Well, I want to test it with just a little bit over, and then I'm going to get Kineso to boost it.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I just want to get it to work, you know, at base value, and then just hey Kineso. So you just missed the first test flight of the space truck with 561 tons in it. It did not go well. I tried to do a
So,
fancy flip and turn it around, and well,
so when
it
you said hey to
slightly.
Caniso, did you see him speak in chat?
It says Kineso is raiding with a party of 2. I'm
I
not
never.
telepathic,
Okay, so it's over there. So thank you for the raid. For some reason, the raid alert didn't go off.
didn't it?
Well, it did. It's in the activity feed. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the raid. Um, but I'm because you're like, hey, Kaniso, and I was like, what the hell? And then like a full minute later, he said hello, and I was like, what the hell kind of lag is this?
Now it's because I'm in the future. I already know what happened,
Oh, okay.
so you know.
Your timing just a little bit off this morning. Can I get some?
Yeah.
Can I get some lottery numbers from you?
Sorry, I forgot to look.
Oh,
I'll try again tomorrow. Oh, this thing's crispy. Oh,
oh, dude, I'm sure you broke everything. Considering you started breaking stuff from the top.
uh, yeah, you're not kidding about breaking everything. Um, I walked up to the ship and the game crashed.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Awesome.
Your universe? Hello. Oh, there it goes. Apparently, I was really good at crashing. So what's in the science plans today, Plum? While I recover my mess.
So, I have some crazy ideas. Um, about doing some stuff for extra. And I have ideas, and before I can start going forward with said ideas, I need to know if said ideas will work. Oh, this thing doesn't update. That's not good. Evidently, I need to do all.
I'll go around and put detection zones in them all.
Oh, it's not your fault. I should have been paying attention because I was letting them run as long as I could and not realizing that now it's
Okay.
actually.
I have
You know what?
now
I'm
got the
just not going to do
questions.
this today. I'm not going to do this this year. I'll do it. Mr. Warhawk, how you doing? So I have some crazy ideas for extra like game days, right? So I try to usually do something inside the game, and I need to know uh, the idea that I had was the Red Bull Flugtag, right? And so basically, what it is you have an unpowered glider, and we launch you off of a platform, right? And usually the way the real one is done is they have a platform they build like I don't know 30, 40 foot up in the air, and you have a bunch of people that are in gliders, and they have to like push the glider off using running power, right? And when they get to the end of the platform, the glider has to be able to take off, and whoever makes it the brothers. Obviously,
Oh, so they're not on the glider.
no. Somebody has to be in the glider. Somebody has to fly it.
Okay.
Um, so somebody can be in the glider because and it wouldn't work in dual universe anyway if we just shove a something off like it's just going to fall out of the sky because nothing works unless there's somebody in the pilots. So the idea here is I need something that will propel a glider, right? So I need to be able to make a platform that puts people put like I could put a construct onto this platform. Uh, I need to have a certain amount of. It's going to need some automation to it. So what we'll end up needing to do is having a button that we press or something that starts a sequence, right? And what I want to do is basically turn on a couple of rocket engines, have this thing propel itself forward, and then yeah. So the issue is if I that's adding weight to it. Um, so what I was thinking about doing is making a small platform, and basically putting your glider on it and seeing if I could launch the platform and basically rocket forward. And then so basically, we have a platform has rocket engines on the back. You put the glider on the front, right? We launch you out, and as soon as the platform hits runs out of fuel, it basically brakes and then pushes itself down. So that way it gets away from you, and you can do whatever the heck you're gonna do. Uh, and then so basically, I want it to brake so it breaks its forward momentum to get away from you, and then I may have another small rocket firing upward, and then just launch it to the ground. We're gonna have to repair it because once it gets away from you, I want it to I want it to get away from you, because I fully expect some of these to Holly, how you doing? Oh look, there you go, Holly stream too. Um, so yeah, Kaniso, Holly, we have a bunch of the community right now is other streamers in Dual Universe. So please consider, go and give them a holler, go give them a look. I don't know their times or stuff like that they stream, but we're trying to raise some awareness for the game, trying to get people into the game. Um, it doesn't matter. You still stream. The bot doesn't care.
The bot doesn't check if you've streamed recently. It just checks if you've streamed.
You haven't set it properly yet. That's fine. If uh if you have questions, feel free to ask. I try my best to help where I can. And see if I can probably put that pot down. My
Alright. Time to repair my mistake.
Yeah, no, I like to be perfectly clear, like and I'll go through this every once in a while. My goal here is to raise money for Extra Life. That's my goal. My goal is to have fun, help build a community, find some cool people to play games with, and raise money for Extra Life. If I make a few extra dollars on the side and I can do some upgrades to my computer through Twitch or stuff like that, hey, that's cool too. But the primary goal is to raise money for Extra. Um, so it's like I have it is what it is. So trying to help other streamers and help other people, especially smaller streamers, and that are trying to grow. The the worst thing that can happen is they don't return the favor, but that's not on me. Like that, I worry about me. So I treat others the way I want them to treat myself. Um, so I try to build other people up. Uh, and if that doesn't happen in return, whatever. It's skin off my back. I know I tried to be a good person. Uh, I'm not trying to guilt you guys into you have to do the same thing. Because that came off a little that way. I don't mean that. Like it is what it is. Run your stream the way you want to run your stream. But the best thing that could happen out of it is I help somebody, somehow they get a crazy, set up for their stream and they blow up or something happens and they go crazy overnight, and then they can drag the rest of us along with them a little bit. Yeah, no, dude, exactly. Like now, but I would the other thing you need, Finito, is you want to start setting up a schedule. It's helpful for people to be able to know that at this time you come on and you'll be able to play. You know what I'm saying? Not so that way they can start trying to do it. If you're building your schedule around other people, it makes it harder for you. But yeah, if we could build this big long train, like, Kamiso streams for his 2 or 3 hours, and then as he starts to stream, I come on, so he can just take all the people from his rate, just dump them onto me, and then when I get done, Holly starts streaming it when I get done, and then I can raid Holly, and then when Holly gets done, Serapis comes on, right? And then Holly dumps everybody into Serapis' stream, and then when he gets done, I'm drawing so many blanks right now. Dink Knight or uh, uh, AK Swervin or some of the other guys that are streaming. If we can just keep dumping the viewers on other people, and then we can basically have a hey, here's a Dink Knight. Have hey, it's the DU frickin' 24 hours. Thank you for the follow, Dink. Welcome to the tribe, my friend. Is that all I got to do? Is just start naming streamers and they show up? I was at a guy's channel last night. I was like, oh, y'all gotta be careful. You mention my name 3 times, I'll show up and start talking about computers. Ah, dude, I'm not even sweating it. Like I said, it's I use my follows as people I'm going to raid. Uh, and then as I look through in people's channels and stuff, hi, can I help you? This is my baby. I know your life is, oh, yeah, your life is horrible. Or what? I don't have any doggy ammo yet. No, I have none. Uber. Yep, no, she's a she. That's Cinder. She's Plastic, thank you for the host. I appreciate it, my friend. So speaking of schedules and what the hell just happened? Oh, okay. I was like, what am I? Why did everything go black? Cinder's when we got her, I've had her about 4 years. And I think she was 3 or 4 years old when I got her. Um, and she's a Black Lab German Shepherd mix, I think. We got her. She's a rescue, and the she definitely has Black Lab in her. She has the web toes and everything, but her ears, instead of flopping over like Lab's ears usually do, they stand straight up like German Shepherd does. And she is protective. She is my guard doggo. She loves me to death, but oh. Speaking of, yeah, it looks like Peter took pity on you. You got
I
him
heard dog
fooled.
ammo. No, I just heard the words dog ammo. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. So the trick with Cinder is and Mika. So Mika is down here. He doesn't jump up very often. Mika is a husky, and black lab German Shepherd mix with him. And he is just beautiful. He's a crackhead, but he also has he has a hyperextended back leg. Um, yeah. Um, so he has a hyperextended back leg. We think they found him on a construction site, and we think that the construction workers were abusing. Um, Mostly because I think that because if you're a male and you come into my house, you're not going to have a good day. If you are dressed anything nearly like a construction worker, or you smell like cigarette smoke. And if you have all three of those combined, you're really not going to have a day. Yeah. So I needed a metal box. So I had an ammo container laying around because if not, doggos sometimes open my door when I'm at work and get in my room, and I come home and I found doggy. Uh, yeah, so we just started calling it doggy ammo because it's hilarious, and the people that know think it's hilarious, and it's really the best thing ever. Yeah, yeah, I and part of it is because I rescued Cinder out of the pound. So since I broke her out of jail, she's my dog. She sleeps on my bed with me. And Mika was my daughter's. But since she has moved out, she moved into an apartment, and you can't put a husky in an apartment. And then not only that, but we can't separate the two dogs. So uh, Mika stayed with me. Yeah, I was looking to see if I have I need more cores. Um, I'm researching more cores. Oh, that's fine. I'll move that over to the extra one. Still, I need a core. But yeah, so it is what it is, and but Cinder, she's a really good dog. But yeah, the only men that she's ever really like really been okay with was me and my dad. She my daughter's boyfriend, first time he come into the house, she bit him, and of course, I didn't want to tell her good dog because she bit him because he was standing there.
To be fair, though, didn't he just try and force his way in without respecting the fact that there was a barking dog in front of him?
Yes. So basically, what happened was Cinder sitting in the living room and growling. And if you ever walk into somebody's house and they have a growling dog standing in the doorway, and you just walk in like you own the place, you're an idiot, and you deserve to be bit. So Brittany walked in. She walked in the door like she does because it's her house. Like that's perfectly fine. And here comes strange dude, follows her into the front door, and Cinder doesn't know what the hell's going on, so she fucking bit him. She didn't bite him. She just like nicked him, but it was enough to draw blood. And then so he backs out onto the porch, and then like goes, oh, looks down at his leg, like rubs it for a second, and then goes to try to walk in again. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I like kick the door shut in his face. I was like, that dude. I was like, right then, I was like, you're a moron. I'm like, you do. My daughter is too good for you. Well, my daughter's always too good, but I would I tried to not say that, but that day I was like, yeah, you're an idiot. I think I might want to do a small one. But yeah, she's a really good dog. Um, I'm glad I found her, and it was one of those things where like you walk into the pound and all the other dogs are all barking and jumping around and everything. She's just laying in a corner. She, they've been there for like 6 months. Like it was weird because all the other kennels are all like spread apart, so the dogs aren't close to each other, and then their two cages are zip tied together, and they're like a bonded pair, and it's like what the hell's a bonded pair? And they were good friends, and they've been traveling together forever, and they were just they come in together, and they wanted them to leave together, and nobody would take them, and nobody would take them, and I went over and talked to the lady. I was like, look, I was getting planning on getting one dog today. I brought enough money for one dog. I don't have enough money for two dogs. I go, I would love to take them. I go, but your there are things on the door. Like I can't. I just don't have that. And the lady, she goes, are you seriously going to take them? I go, look, I have 3.5 acres of land. They'll be able to go outside. They'll be able to play around. Like, I would love to have them. I don't have the cash. And the lady, she goes, well, sir, it is technically a donation, so you can just do whatever you can. She goes, if you're going to take them, it's a donation. It's not a price. I was like, all right. So it's a really cool no kill shelter. So I gave pretty much as I could. Yeah. So I was like, yep. I'm like, load them up. We're going home. And then because I guess technically you can't have it. They weren't spayed and neutered at the time, so they couldn't. I had to show that I was gonna have two different houses for until I get them fixed because they didn't want more of the. They didn't want me to turn them into start a puppy mill. Um. Uh. So. Oh no. What are you doing? Nope. Ship. What are you doing? Ship. Where are you going? There you go. Stay up there. All right. So I had to have my aunt drive out because my aunt lives next door, and she kept Mika for a couple of days until we could get them fixed. So, all right. So we're doing this again. Yeah, something's I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I don't know why it does that. So weird. Where is that? Extra. All right. So now the trick here is. But yeah. So Cinder and Mika, they're just good dogs. They're just. Oh. So anybody want to build a glider? Have to build a glider. So the idea here is, uh, yeah, if you guys don't know what the Red Bull Flugtag is, you can go. It's you can find it on YouTube. And make sure that this is big enough for to hold the extras. It's not going to be pretty. I'll tell you that. But the idea is to build something that. So, hey, Uncle Devin, how you doing? I'm building a rocket platform. Which hopefully will go as bad as it sounds. Just to be clear, I'm hoping for destruction here. The problem is it's so we every year we do extra life stream day. So today we're gonna say extra life a bunch today. So November 5th and November 6th. So November 5th is game day, and then we do a follow up day on November 6th. So November 5th and 6th, we're gonna do extra life game day. Okay. So what extra life's game day is we we just basically stream all the streamers, a bunch of streamers, people all over the world, raise money for Texas, or not Texas Children's. They raise money for our Children's Miracle Network, which helps Primary Children's Hospital. We're specifically raising money for Texas Children's Hospital. So the number you see over there, that number, $128 that we've raised so far this year, that money goes straight to Texas Children's. It helps pay for kids to have health care and helps with their medical bills. So I had this crazy idea because we always try to do stuff with the community and the game that we're playing. And today, what I want to do is I had the idea of a Red Bull Flugtag, right? So it's FLUGTOG, I think. I posted a link to it yesterday. I found it. And I probably Flugtag. It's FLUGATG.
And off we go. It's starting to go already.
I'm playing DU. Raciel, how you doing? So that's a Red Bull Flugtag. So basically what they do is you have a platform, usually over water, so there's real people involved. Ours won't be over water. So the idea is you have to build an extra small core. You can have wings and stabilizers. You can have adjusters. You can have brakes if you want them, but no engines, no hover engines, no atmospheric engines, no rocket engines, no engines at all. Okay, so no fuel tanks, no engines, nothing that you can use to power itself. I have to look and find out and make sure that, because I know that the way that the wings work is that they, if you hold down space, they basically try to push you up, like it's an engine that kind of pushes you up. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. And because I want to make sure, like, I don't know what the prices are going to be yet. Most likely, I'm gonna try to get some cool ships or a DAC or something, right? I'm gonna try to get a good price. I have plenty of other games and stuff, but I want to do stuff that's in DU also, and there'll be some choices. So basically, what I'll do is I'll probably have like a DAC and a ship, and something else. And whoever takes first place will get their choice of the prizes. Second place will get the choice of the remaining. Third place will get whatever's left over. And then I'll have another one for like we'll have some judges, and so we'll have some prizes for theming, and like if somebody shows up in like a U-Haul truck, like Pete's truck that he built, and that's a glider, you're like, oh, it's a U-Haul truck, haha, that's funny, So basically what I'm trying to do is build a platform, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm trying to build a platform that we can basically dock the your glider onto, and probably have a script on it that will keep it level. And you basically, when you hit the button, it fires the rocket engines, and because if we fill the rockets or the well, yeah, we might be able to do that too. But the problem is I wanted to do So I want it to be. The reason I'm thinking about using a rocket engine is because with a rocket engine, it's going to be the same amount of thrust for the same amount and the same amount of time, right? So that way, it's fair to go into everybody with it's going to run out of fuel. It's a hard stop limit. With a hover engine, it that time it could run further if that makes sense. So if somebody builds a really really heavy freaking ship and the rocket engine doesn't move it very well, right? That's a price for them to be, so that way there's some choices, right? So and that's why I'm building the rocket engine myself, right? So and even then, like we can have somebody pilot the rocket.
And that's what I call high
Uh,
quality tool.
let's see, Mr. Warhawk with the hydrate. Thank you, sir. I may have to have somebody on the rocket engine to pilot, so that way it's the same, right? Because so I just need to figure out like how that works, because technically either we'll have somebody on there that pilot it, the same person pilot it for everybody, but I still want it like I would like to have a script. So I'm trying to make the ground rules fair. Now the other side of that is then with the gliders. If I have somebody that has max out piloting skills with a glider, and you have somebody that has crap piloting skills, they're going to get different performance out of the gliders. I can put them in the exact same glider, and then the driver is going to be the difference, right? So I'm looking at maybe even having a couple of classes, having some lower level pilots versus higher level pilots, to make it fair. Because if you get somebody that's been playing for 2 years that comes in here, their ship is going to do a lot better. So I'm trying to get some of the stuff out of the way, uh, because I want it to be fair. I want it to be about a good time and people have fun. I'm putting a prize out there, and I want to get decent prizes out there because I want people to show up. Um, obviously the more people we have, the better off we are. Uh, Probably bots. Nothing to see here. But yeah, so the idea here is to have a little bit of fun, have some good time, raise some money for some children in the hospital, help out where we can, and just generally have a good day. Now, also with that, I'll have 300 games I'm giving away that day, or those days. I don't do a lot of giveaways because I don't want I don't want the channel to be a giveaway channel, because I want people to show up for the community, not because I'm bribing them. That's just my personal choice. Because unfortunately, that usually only lasts for so long before you start losing, or you just get a bad crowd. Not well. I'm not. Most of my money comes from Seraphis, to be honest. I'm starting to do a little bit, and if you guys do need elements, specifically data elements, let me know. I know a guy. So to give you an idea, so this is my transparent screens. If I actually clear that. So I have transparent screens. I have regular screens, everything except for the XLs because they're expensive. Medium emitters. Up here we have extra small and small emitters. Here we have input buttons, extra small and smaller receivers, medium receivers. We have this box. We have hovercraft seat controllers and command seat controllers. Relays, pressure tiles, manual buttons, manual switch, manual button. Basically all the counters, delay lines, and nor or XOR and not operators, and programming boards and database. Yeah, I'm in XGX. I'm in XGX, and then I have my own Pun Yeti org for basically the channel and for people that want to join from the channel and want a smaller place. And then I have my Extra Life org, which I'm the only one in. I basically use that to deposit like the prize ships for Extra Life and stuff like that. And then I have Uncommon Military Atmo engines, extra small to large, Uncommon Atmo maneuvering engines, extra small to large. We're making transfer units because they needed a bunch of them. Expanded XL containers, XL containers, large containers, and then the other container. But yeah, if you guys do need data elements, like I'm not trying to rate people on them. I'll cut you a deal. I usually go look at whatever the market's holding, and the market right now is screwy, and then take a bit off, and then just try to do that, and then I'll usually end up delivering it too. But yeah, so far, but yeah, I have that stuff built, and then so unfortunately, I've been trying to sell it on. I put it a bunch in Market 6, and I have somebody that's competing with me in Market 6, and goes in and drops it by like basically 1.01 quanta every time I lower my prices. So I'm like, okay, dude. So now I'm just like, okay, you drop it by 0.01. I've been dropping it by like 5. I'm like, fine, I'll play your silly game. Let's do it. So yeah, so I sold a handful of switches overnight. or a handful of things overnight. So I made a little bit of cash overnight. You know, maybe 10,000, maybe a little bit more. It's really slow. To be fair, it's pretty slow. There's some people buying, but not a lot. You know, yeah, it is what it is. So to be honest, like the server is hurting. With the the discussions of the white and stuff like that. The server isn't good. Um, and unfortunately, because um, the devs haven't come out and said one way or another what's going on, it's made it worse. Because people are now, they don't know. Like if they just come out and told us, hey, yeah, this is what's happening, this is what we're gonna do, um, it'd be a little bit better, but it doesn't matter. I still believe that um, the, I believe that the devs are pretty sure they have to wipe, and I believe that they're trying their best to not wipe. Um, it, it, the conversation, the way I've seen the devs respond to it, is what makes me believe that. I have no other information. I don't. Uh, I have no secret crystal ball or anything like that. It's just my personal opinion. And it seems like that's what's happening. And I just think they put themselves in a position where they may have to wipe, and it seems like they're trying to figure out any way to not wipe or to wipe as little as possible. Um, this is just for science. I need to find out if my idea will even work. This thing's just going to explode a lot. Just so Not that this thing should make it to space, but if something happens. Yeah, and like I get it. Like my important thing is I worry about the creators, the people that have made ships, and like the server will be rebuilt. Like honestly, the people that are here that have been here, they're gonna rebuild fairly quickly. I don't think it's gonna take very long for people to figure out what they'll how to get their stuff back. Um, and I think that stuff will. I think they'll recover fairly quickly, and it'll be fine. Uh, but my worry is the blueprints and making sure that people that have uh, had built stuff that stuff remains right. And with the like, I started building this crazy thing over here um, because I just wanted to make sure that once the blueprints are like, yeah, if you have basically the core blueprint that will survive. Okay, so I'll start building my own ship because I can at least transfer it across. Stuff like Kinesis flatbed, uh, the Inquisitor by Lotus, all the Lotus stuff is this thing building, like all that stuff is very important that that survives because that's important. See, yeah, but I it would suck to try to rebuild all your fleet, and like I have so many ships just laying around like salvage stuff that we're okay with it, or hoping that there's some flow of improvements that we make without a wipe. Yeah, it's and there's some white fix or some optimization sheets and stuff like that. Yeah, debating on whether to put put a couple of cover on here. So the issue is I almost need a hover engine on here just to try to get it back. So that way we're not having to pick it up and probably don't need advanced militaries on there. I hear Pete. I Pete. Bye Pete. The last time I checked, like 4K. Uh, at 3600. But there's so much with the great salvage. There was a lot of warp cells that were added to the market. So the markets are crazy right now because there was a bunch of stuff from early beta went abandoned, and people were finding like I have a massive factory that I'm waiting. I think I got like 8 days left on it where I can't reclaim it, and it's a large factory. Matter of fact, I built the garbage barge over there just as a salvage ship, and it's it's garbage. Oh, looking back at it, dude. The problem is I built it and it's a garbage barge, but at the same time, like it's my garbage barge. But yeah, so basically what happened was like I found a large factory. I have like over 200 large containers. Like large containers, I think they're supposed to sell for like maybe I think it's like according to the like the materials, it should be like 100,000 or something. I don't remember. They're selling for like 30K right now. Just because there's so many of them on the market that, and then what's happening is people found extra large and expanded extra larges. They're taking all the old larges and they're adding them back. But yeah, so some of the market is just chaos right now. As you can see, even with all these things, like I have so many. Yeah. I well for me, like since I was so new to the game, like I didn't even know what I was looking at. So I picked up the factory and the equipment and stuff, and it actually gave me a good start. Um, and honestly, normally I wouldn't have done it. I would have just slowly worked my way through the game. But with at the time, looking back, it was like we were a little bit more certain that there was going to be a wipe when we first started. And a lot of the stuff we were doing was basically for science to see if why not? Let's put these on there. It's this no way this could go wrong.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that at this point of being over a month in, I'm less okay with the idea of a wipe.
Yeah, it's Obviously the further in we go, the less okay it is for the wife, and the longer it takes them to kind of one way or another. That's maybe. But at the time we weren't sure. Like, we thought that there was going to be a wife. We were fairly certain there was going to be a wife. And I'm less certain of a wife. I'm not saying that there's not going to be one. I'm not going to be like, no, the sky is falling or anything like that. But uh, actually, I don't need a lot of. Because the problem is that this thing's just I just wanted to be able to slow boot back. And the last thing I want is to add a bunch of thrust from an. Part of the reason I'm using these is because they're take forever to freaking power up. But yeah, so a lot of the stuff we did, and me and Pete had made the choice in the beginning, was to basically just do it for science and trying to figure out like how to play the game, how to do stuff, how to do things, like, and building my factory, trying to learn how to put that stuff together is important for me because I want to build a factory. And then I've rapidly come to the conclusion that nobody wants to watch me put a factory together. That I don't want to watch me put a factory together. And Uncle Devin, I completely that's the thing, right? Is if you log in day one, and like I've been playing for like a month and a half. So, and this is just this base. So yeah, it's I completely agree with that statement. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's but depending on, like, I'm gonna be upset if they pull our if we lose our talent points. Like, as long as we keep our talent points and and they've already said if they do wipe, we're keeping our blueprint, the core blueprints. And it's any core blueprint that you own. So if you have control of a core blueprint, after the wipe, you will still have your core blueprint. Whether you made it, whether it was somebody else, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a core blueprint, after the wipe, keep the core blueprint. If you're a super legate in a organization, anything that's in a container organization that you own or your organization owns, any core blueprint is yours. So that, and if we keep our talent points, a wipe at that point, it's reset my stuff. Like, I'll reclaim it. But some people have spent some money to get talent points, and like, people have put money into the beta, and I think giving them their talent points is a good thing, but at the same time that creates a problem, because if you allow people to start the game with their, like, Serapis has what, like 80 bajillion talent points or something. Like, I've been playing for like a month and I've got 8. And speaking of which, if you guys are trying to get this game and you do want to start playing it, There is a subscription fee. The game's free to get, but you have to pay a subscription fee every month to be able to play it. But make sure that's my creator or my refer a friend code. Make sure you use somebody's refer a friend code. You don't have to use mine. I won't be hurt. I'm not going to be upset. I'm more worried that you use somebody's refer a friend code because you get 1,000,000 talent points for doing it. They made a post on the forums, roly poly. One of the developers actually made a post and clarified that it was any core blueprint you had possession of. Yeah, it was on the forums that they come back and clarified it and specifically said any core blueprint that you have control. But yeah, so the talent points are, but the problem is if they give us our talent points, then we're accelerating, right? It's good to give it to the people that have been doing this since alpha and the people that have a lot of time into it and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's going to give them a head start. It's going to let them get going faster. Yeah. Well, the problem. So the big issue between Eve and this is the PvP aspect. This is going to get a lot more creative people. This is going to get a lot more people that want to build their creations. I don't like Eve's PvP. I don't play Eve because of the PvP aspect of Eve. I don't want Eve's PvP. If this game somehow changes into Eve's PvP, I'm out. I will pull the ripcord. I will be gone. I do not want that PvP. I do not want to be in safe space and have somebody alpha strike me and blow my ship up. And then I get reset to the pod and they have their buddy come pick my stuff up. So yeah, there's too many voxels and elements in the ship building here. I want creative ship building. I want to be able to do stupid things like I'm doing right now. But Eve's got that PvP aspect. So a lot of the true hardcore PvPers are going to stay in Eve. The PvPers we're going to get here are the ones that are not the big fighters. They're the ones that are kind of in the middle, right? That do some PvP but they get picked on by the big guys, and there's not enough small people for them to pick on. So you're going to have those people are going to come over here. If they want to go out into PvP space and blow the living hell out of each other, I'm all for it, dude. If that's what you want to do with your game and your time, that's great. I have a factory. Come by, pick up all your ship's parts. I'll make you a deal. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to log in and have my base gone. And that being said, the latest Ask Ophelia Pete, they said for the foreseeable future, there's no change to the PvP zones. So Jago and everybody else is all going to remain non-PvP for the foreseeable future. And they before they make any changes, they will let people know beforehand and give them plenty of chance to get their stuff off the planets.
So all that really tells us, though, is that when they
Some
decide
point,
to implement territory warfare and make everything not a safe zone, they'll at least tell us so we can leave.
yeah, pretty much.
I
But
do hope
it
it
made
ends
it
up being
honestly
better
sound
than
like,
that.
what's that?
I do hope it honestly ends up being better than as my pessimistic opinion just then, put it out to be. But
Yeah, it's the
I
same
don't know.
political type statement.
I don't know.
I'll have to get like somebody to come boost this thing. I want to see what it will do for. Oh, I think the notion that they got planetary warfare works is very optimistic. Yeah, from my understanding, the PvP in here is it's a lot different than Eve, and it's a lot more randomness as opposed to skill based. Even though you need the skills to be able to do a lot of it. But I mean, like skill based, like me aiming and firing, as opposed to relying on RNG to decide whether or not my stuff hit. But yeah, I just like I said, as a streamer and as somebody that like I don't want to ever log in and want have a chance that all the stuff I worked on in yesterday's stream is now gone because somebody decided to be a jerk and blow up my base.
Oh look,
And
I would be perfectly happy, honestly, for all planets to enable PvP. If I get the option of going, I want to permanently opt out of PvP and just flag myself as PvE only. And I will happily do that. I will happily accept that, that's the case. And I'll happily accept that outside of the safe zone bubble in space, it's PvP or else. And, doesn't work. But on planets that I can be flagged otherwise. But, like,
it's a hard thing because my thing is that changing the PvP after the game's gone live is asking for trouble. Having releasing a game and Jago being a PvE zone and everything being okay, and then magically one day just magically flipping a switch, even if they give you a month or two in advance notice, but still flipping the switch, still changing that city. And I'm sorry, but if somebody built multi-core 10 20 core freaking large core city on Jago because they didn't know it one day might be PvP, that would suck. Like I'm at that point, then the GMs are going to be moving people's planet or moving people's bases. Like that's the only acceptable option at that point.
still have anything broken. I do. What's broken? That's broken.
All right. Do you want to write on this thing and see what happens?
Sure. I mean, I need a
all right.
break from
I'll
trying
have
to
to
make
get a
this
new.
truck work.
Ah, dang it!
What's up?
Look at my core.
Build a gyro, face it the other way.
Can I just can I do this?
I don't know if rotating the core will.
I don't know if it fixes it. You're gonna find out.
So for me, oh no, it did flip the arrow. Okay. It just took a minute.
Oh, I didn't click it the first time.
Oh, you probably did. It probably just reset.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't click it.
Alright, well, this will be interesting.
And then
Do I have boarding permission for this?
I need to get another.
I was gonna say, if you just give me boarding permission, I can just stand here.
All right. Guess we'll find out when I get seats. Oh wait.
Yes, we will. I think this is concept test. Just see if it works and then scale it up later.
You almost want to launch gliders off of a larger tour. I feel maneuver tool them off. No, but the problem. So Evan. So this is gonna go crazy, right? So the idea. Yeah, sure, Kenny. So you're always welcome to come visit us. I just know it's a long drive for you guys because I decided to build my base on the other side of the planet. The idea is I don't want I want it to be an automatic release. So because if I do a manual release, if somebody grabs it, maneuvers it, and chunks it, then I'm trying to impart some forward momentum to it. So the idea here is to try to get some forward momentum so that I can place the ship on it, have the rocket sled push it, and then have it automatically eject it and hopefully give it some speed. I don't know if this is going to work. If this doesn't work, then we'll have to go with Kineso's idea of putting like a small rocket motor on their craft. The trick is I can basically make sure that the engine, all the fuel is burnt and that it's launched in the very beginning, and they have no more forward momentum later. The problem with me putting something on somebody's ship is if you're quick about it, right, you could kind of just basically boost just a little bit forward, and then once you kind of fall off the platform, get angle up and then boost up. So I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know, and I think I may have to put some of the metal railings to kind of create a platform so that people we're not voxel on voxel because bad things will happen.
What do you mean not enough to undo? The fuck do you mean not enough? Dynamic properties.
Oh.
While you get permission sorted, I thought I'll go quickly just fix my thing. Went to hit undo, and it's just like, nah, you don't have that anymore. Screw you.
I want to get make it a ground construct. Yeah, the ground construct because it's got no wings. Yeah, I assume there won't be wing lift. Yeah, so the idea would be is like everybody, and this is gonna be open to anybody that wants to come do it, right? But you would make an extra small glider. So all that you're allowed to have is basically wing stabilizers, adjusters. Weighs 40 tons. 13 advanced military excess engines. Jeez. but no engines, no fuel. Well, you can put fuel tanks on it, but no engines, no hover engines, no space engines, none of those, no rocket engines, right? Um, and so the idea is you have a completely unpowered craft. The only thing you can do is fly. Um, the sled imparts forward momentum to you. Once you get some forward momentum going, then so it will impart forward momentum to you. The rocket sled will then basically brake and basically slow itself down and get away from you, and then push itself down away from you. The rocket sled's probably going to be broken a lot. They have to have a designated team of people just to put the rocket sled back together. And I almost made a wonderfully horrible mistake. I got no brakes.
Oh god. Damn it, Plum.
Well, to be fair, I was more worried about it going fast than stopping. Like, you don't need brakes on race cars. And I wanted to have a stupid amount of brakes. I want this thing to literally stop on a dime and give you change back. Because the idea is and I think I'm gonna have to look and see if we can get a script to do this. But the idea would be to have a script that basically you push a button and it's the launch sequence is automated. Because if I can get the launch sequence automated, basically we'll push a button, and then the rockets fire. It goes forward, as you know, because that will be a timed interval, right? So we'll know how long that the rocket's engine will fire with the amount of fuel we have. So once it does that, it'll hit this. It will forcibly undock the ship that's on it, right? And then so basically, ejectocito, it'll activate the air brakes to slow it down, and then we can have a smaller rocket thruster or an engine or something that that can basically push the craft down. Because I'm probably going to do rockets to do it, so that way we'll force ourselves out, we'll undock, we'll brake to allow the other ship to get away from us. Hopefully this momentum will carry it. We'll force ourselves down out of the way. So now you're like, good luck, fucker. Hope it works out for you. There's a few space brakes on the back. This thing should never be in space. But
the word there.
Yeah, it should never be in space. But as we've seen before, weird things happen sometimes. And if you don't put a space brake, and somehow you actually do get lift, because this thing's got no wings on it. Somehow if you're not paying attention, you launch yourself into space, and then you have to go try to recapture your ship. So I put 3 space brakes on the back. Now, let's see. All right, so it weighs 96 tons. Atmospheric flight engineer is very upset with me. It says I have no high altitude lift. It has 9.53 G's of low altitude lift. Because that's the other thing too, is I need it to be able to carry whatever ships put it on here. Max thrust is 6.54 G's. Rocket thrust is going. 89.1 G's of brake force. Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. My max speed is 0. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, okay, I'm putting 2 militaries on here, I think.
Yeah, so I've got 6.36 G's of space acceleration. Which I think that's the you need more. Can you put more rockets? Well, the thing is I need to find out. Like I can put more rocket engines. I can put more medium rocket engines on the back, and it's kind of going to be one of those things that it's a like I'm trying to get like the maximum speed in the shortest amount of time, if that makes sense. So I would like the rockets to only fire for maybe like 2 to 4 seconds. You know, definitely, I don't want it to fire for 10 seconds. Basically, I want to however long that runway is, I want the rockets to basically turn off when they get to the end of the run. It's a S-tank medium rocket or a tank. And I'm thinking I might need. I was thinking about the medium tank with several medium, because I only have one large rocket. I'd have to find another large rocket.
I'm pretty sure you can only connect one rocket to one tank.
Oh, really?
It's never let me do more. Sucks.
Oh, wow. You're right. That's the sun. All right. I'm going to have to make some. Yeah, so that means that's got to be.
Okay.
All right.
You
back
ready?
to the drawing board with that.
You ready for testing or no?
I'm going to need to probably find another large rocket.
Okay, I'm gonna test my madness then. I'll be back. I probably should wait till Kineso gets here so we can boost it, but where's the fun in that?
So I'll use 2 medium, small. Yeah, but then I got to figure out where to put it. Because the thing is I want this center section to be completely flat. Because that center section, it being flat, is important because I don't know. I'm not putting any design restrictions other than the no engines and probably an extra small core. So the other idea I had too is we're going to do a drop. So we're going to have another ship that's not allowed to have any wings. All you can have is adjusters, no wings, uh, no stabilizers, nothing like that. Those I may build those ships myself. I have an idea of what I want to do because I think it would make a really, really good screech. So I may build those myself. I'm trying to work through some ideas to figure out how to make the shape I want. But those we basically go up, have a big platform. We'd fly over and basically just drop them, and then we'll have a target on the ground, and whoever gets closest to the center of the target wins. And then another idea we had, or I had, was pod racers. So we're looking at having a basically we want an extra small ship with probably like at least I think we're gonna have to say we can only have like 2 large engines. And I'm honestly thinking about saying 2 large freight engines. Mostly because it takes so long for them to spool up, you have to kind of plan ahead. So basically, large engines, basically pod racers from Star Wars, right? So you have 2 large engines, a hover engine, no horizontal wings, only vertical stabilizers, and good luck. And the idea with that is we would start on one side of a mountain, and the finish line will be on the opposite side of the mountain. So either you have to go down around the mountain and come back, or you can try to go over the mountain, but you've got nothing to get vertical lift with. And then basically just make a race. Yeah, no worries, Devin. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate it, my friend. Nice. It's always nice seeing new people. But that will all be November 5th and 6th. I want to do some work beforehand and try to get the schedule out so that people can know the time. Because if people are going to, put a bunch of work into building a ship, I want to make sure that they can have, we know the time that we're doing it. And I may do it multiple times. I may, I don't want to do the same thing all, but if people put that much work in it and it's fun because, and I'm hoping it's going to be fun. We may do like one in the morning, one in the, and then the idea is to have enough stuff during the day that we can say, hey, from these hours we're going to do this. I'm probably going to run, leading up to it, we'll run some tests. So we'll have to have a couple of streams where we have people come in and we do these things, just simply because I need to find out kind of how long it takes, so that we can make sure that we have a good amount of time kind of set aside, because that in and of itself is going to be an interesting day. That looks safe. That's fine. This is completely safe. Why do you guys let me play with these toys? The problem is trying to put a large fuel tank, like having just one large fuel tank. I need to have it in the middle. But if I put it in the middle, with the brakes in the bottom, I don't have.
I neither successfully flew nor landed that.
Huh.
I've gotten it stuck under the Inquisitor.
Do you need me to put the Inquisitor?
If you could.
So, and then the other thing we'll do too is we'll have, I want to have special.
Thank you.
The whole point of the Red Bull Flugtag thing too is that it inspires creativity, right? And so I want to be able to inspire people's creativity. I want to have prizes specifically for creativity. There'll be, so I'll probably have, I'll have to figure out how to do it. But I want to have probably a special just creativity type thing, and then I'm gonna have a special category for like extra life creativity, right? So if you can something that specifically makes me feel more extra lifey, that's in the theme of the build, right? Now it doesn't mean that it has to have extra life logos, say extra life on the side of it, but it could just be a children's toy. It could be as much as I'm going to hate saying this next statement, like a Fortnite plus, or something that is a kids type thing that supports the spirit of what we're trying to do. So if we can do stuff like that, like I'm all for it. Like it'll be great, glorious. All right. Well, I am down to get 2 small engines and a death wish.
Yeah. I'm beyond normal realms of sanity now.
So, but yeah, so the idea would be, and like I said, I'm just throwing ideas around right now because I don't know what will work or what won't work. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Obviously, we need to have. Oh, that's good. Well, that's gone well.
Where did go?
Does anybody know where my ship went? Oh, there it is over there.
So it just ejected itself out of.
It fell through the platform and freaking broke everything.
Yeah, it looked like it went up and then just
Yeah, well, when I saw it, like I saw like half of the backboard sticking out of the platform, and then it bounced and then looked like it yeeted. Luckily, there's not a lot of parts on it. There was a script error, so I was trying to get out of the seat so I could get the script error to work. Probably should put landing gear on it so I can actually land it.
Every time I hear landing gears now, I just want to make a legs or no legs joke.
I believe shit. No, yeah, the game's still in beta. There's still some issues.
Small bugs. Tiny
But
bugs.
but here's the thing, right? Like, and Space Engineers had Lord Kling, right? Like there was
Okay. Before you start talking about Space Engineers, we can summarize it really simple. Space Engineers didn't work properly, period.
yeah.
This game
So
at least does.
yeah.
Most
So
of the time.
and this is basically Lord Kling, right? So it happens sometimes. Shit happens. You can't always figure it out. But I'm afraid. Now I've got to go click on that one. Oh, good, it was me. So, but with Space Engineers, like it would do all this crap like this and run like garbage, and then the game would just break and crash, and you couldn't load it. Like you'd open the inventories, and like the whole freaking game would just crash the server. Like at least with this game, like I can still play. Like I can still the server's still running. Like yeah, there's some laggy every once in a while, and there's some problems and stuff like that. But I give this game a lot of leeway because it still functions. Like I can still play. Like and that in and of itself is like I don't know how they've done it. I still think it's some they made a deal with somebody. But the game functions, it works. We can actually get people in. Like, help, Kineso's just flying from the other side of the planet to come visit my base. Like some of the stuff that is not possible in Space Engineers at all. So, I'm still waiting on word back from NQ. They seem to have tried to ignore my emails and my questions. I'm trying to find out. So it is not okay for me to sell a ship in game for real money. Not okay. Can't do it. Won't do it. Not happening. But I'm trying to see if I can make special edition ships that are only available if you donate money to Extra Life. So you can't give me the money. I won't accept it. And if you do send me the money thinking that you're getting the ship, it won't happen. The money has to go to Extra Life. There has to be a page or an entry on the Extra Life page that says that you donated the money for that, right? So I'm trying to see if that is okay. And because it's definitely a gray area. It's a dark gray area, right? Because I'm technically selling a ship for money, even though I'm not getting the money. Like it's so I have to get NQ's basically permission first to make sure it's okay. If that happens, I will be working on a special line of ships that will only be available if you donate money to my Extract campaign. So the problem is, and I may be reading too much into it, but if the only way for you to get the ship is to basically give a donation, it's exchanging money for items in game, right? And selling money now, but it's a gray area too, because the other way to do that is NQ eventually will have Dax. Mr. Swervin, how are you doing this morning, my friend? Yeah, we were hanging out a little bit on his stream last night. Come and visited. You missed all the exploding. I tried to take off from the dock with my ship, and my ship had other plans. Luckily, it didn't kill me this time, so that's great. But Corbin he builds some cool stuff. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check him out. He's currently trying to collect every plant in Dual Universe and make the world's largest greenhouse so that he can make salads. So I think he contracted somebody yesterday to make 1,000 potted plants to put in his greenhouse. Yeah. So it's a disaster. Speaking of which, why the hell isn't that thing playing today? But yeah. My pretzel box wasn't playing. Not very nice. I got no musics. All right. I wonder if I should.
What the hell? Why is there a drone flying around? What is this?
Oh, is Kaniso here finally?
Yep, that's Kaniso. What?
That's that doesn't look even remotely alien.
And yeah, that's the thing. That's
interesting. Does does it hover in position, or it looks like it does?
Gotta say, 11 points out of 10 for originality. That's
I like it.
My brain doesn't know what to make of this, and that's awesome. All you need is like a laser beam to shoot out the bottom, and then you could scare everyone.
On it, because that seems like something I can do. Because the last time I didn't have landing gear, explosions happen. Ancient Prothean technology. Yeah, it's a cool looking ship, man. I like it. try this again. God, too fast. Oh God, it lasts too long, Pete. Oh God.
Shall I go get the VMAX?
I survived.
But can you get back?
Yeah. So I turned it on for literally like 2 seconds.
Okay.
How much fuel is in it? I turned it on and I was like, oh, I'll just turn it on for a couple of seconds. I'll count. And I got to like 1,000 and I was like, oh God, it's going too fast. I'm sure my eyes are about the size of my forehead. Oh, good. I only used like 200 fuel. So this has gone well. Yeah. So
Oh,
I don't want to point it at the base. So are you watching?
Oh, I'm at the VMAX already. I'm also watching the stream.
I don't even know if I can watch to see how fast I get going. So that's already 600 kilometers an hour. It was 600 or 700 kilometers an hour.
Well, I just watched you pass the base.
Yeah. There's a reason I didn't point it at the base.
Why not? Were
Because
you
I didn't
afraid
feel like
something would
repairing it
happen?
again.
Kiniso, are you still around? You are still around.
I'd have Kiniso boost this thing, but I'm afraid.
I kind of want to ask Kiniso to boost the thing now. Could you, Kiniso, boost the space truck? It is over here.
I'm actually this is definitely one of those like, what have I built? Like, what have I done? And then it's got like with the two thrusters, it basically I can fly it back to get it back to set itself. Because I'm at 30%. I'm sure even that actually because it's so light, there's not very much to it other than that big wall in the back. How much fuel is left? So even the burn on the way back, cheese and rice, dude. I may have to go to extra small tanks. Um, so the next one we need to build. I need to have a glider built. I guess I don't have to have a glider built. Um,
Thank you, Kiniso. Sorry, I was coughing.
so I can just stick this thing up. So basically, I put that thing on there. Put some fuel back in this thing. So now I can break 2 ships at once.
Alright, so now with Kineso's boost and the many engines on this, I have 2.05 G of forward thrust now.
Still have all the stuff in.
I'm still carrying 433 tons? Question mark?
Okay, so it gets up to about 900 kilometers an hour with all the stuff in.
That said 510 before. What's going on? It goes fast? Oh, good, it goes. What's going on?
When he boosted it, he improved the tank and he reduced the amount of weight with it, or how much the the stuff weighs inside of the cargo also.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, I can now put 35 large basic atmospheric engines in there as cargo for 505 tons, so this will be good. Thank you.
So it gets up to about 900 kilometers per hour. With the full burn, I was about 2.5, 3 kilometers out.
All right.
Remember when I built the first experiment? How scary that thing was to drive. This one's worse.
You mean what turned into my pocket ship? Well, my new pocket ship that I need to swap to.
I still need to do some. Well, the problem is I can't put a bunch of voxels on it, so I put a bunch of voxels on it. You won't be able to put any fuel in it.
That's simple. I just carry the fuel separately. It'll be fine. But yeah, so I'm about to take the truck for a test flight in a minute. I'm just sorting out a third seat just in case somebody wants to tag along. But then again, they probably don't have a respawn pod, so they probably shouldn't for their own safety.
So the only other thing to kind of test is to make sure that so everything works so far. I just need to make sure that pretty sure we can write the script to do what I need it to do.
What? Why?
So I think it's a go. I think my crazy idea will work.
Oh, god damn it. I'm obstructed.
Works. I'm going to. Oh yeah, your wings.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Fine.
I'm gonna take a quick break. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. What are you doing, Cooper?
Alright, well, so it's up to you if I put a third seat on here for you to experience the test flight, or whether you want to survive, and, as I'm pretty sure you don't have a respawn point here. All right. I'll I'm pretty sure I can fit a third seat in here. Just gotta rearrange the cab a little bit. Two. That over two. I said and that over two. And I swear I had. Make it so people's knees don't get decapitated.
Right in the middle where I'm trying to walk. What are you doing? Cooper? Oh, really scratches.
DMS. Edit the Kineso permission group.
Afraid.
Forward. Save. Okay.
He just keeps adding
So
more
I
and
added
more
another
engines.
seat. Yeah. I added another seat because Kineso wants to experience this horrible so yeah, you wanna come to find out how bad this is?
Hopefully it's better now. This isn't going to go horribly bad. Did you tell Kineso about the last time you tried to play this thing?
Oh, I think he already figured out how well it went. Yep. It's fine.
Got a lot more engines than it did last time.
Yeah. It's definitely grown a little bit. My goal is to get up to 3,300 level.
You may want to slow down.
Fine.
Well, I was just saying that we're going to be right in the middle of the flame front.
Well, we're doing 900, so this should be fine. Up we go.
I should have gotten it in VR.
Can go to well, you can't get in the seats in VR.
Oh, that's
Can we
great.
go to space? Are we going to space?
Engines are on.
Well, I mean, we're already
You're
up
still
there,
going
so
up. No. Hey, you're still going up.
space. Woo, space truck.
Space trucking across the universe.
I think I've got one. Oh yeah, I've got one hell of a drift though. I got like crazy drift.
I'm sure re-entry will be fine.
Yeah, I know, right? So why don't we give that a go? Let me just set as destination, and over we go.
And I specifically went with hover engines on that platform because it's I want it to be able to hover for a while because I don't want any flight or any lift up.
Back down we go.
But yeah, so the next trick is to find out basically, I want it to go off the time, probably.
Yeah,
I
but
don't, I don't,
slow down.
I want the platform to basically accelerate for X amount of time, because I don't want if somebody builds that big heavy ship, I want that to affect the acceleration. If I tell it to accelerate to X speed, then that it doesn't give a light craft a better chance, right? So if you build a really light craft that's bare minimalistic, just bare minimum stuff you try to fly, there should be a benefit to that, right? As opposed to if you build something that has like 4,000 wings on it, so if you completely fill the extra small core full of wings, it's going to be heavy and it's not going to accelerate as much. So there needs to be some balance and some finesse in there.
Whoa, successful space truck. So thank you, Plum. Thank you, Kineso.
It's just sadly uneventful.
Well, I can crash at the very end if you guys want.
No, I was gonna get out of my seat and just pick up
All
yours.
right, that's it. He's asked for it.
I'm out of my seat.
Laters.
I'm good. Oh, nah.
Laters.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the window. I can't get out. What I get? And you trap Anisha again. Trap both of us. Well, I have to remove part of the door to get out. Let me out.
Oh, that was a bit much on the lungs. Okay, Kineso,
Did you get
where
out,
are you
Kineso?
stuck? Actually.
Trying to figure out where he is so I cut a hole in the wall.
He's out. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot I gave him build perms, so we could get out. Well, you asked for a crash, you got one. I should have stayed in the seat though, so I could have died and brought the VMAX. That one would have been
Let me fly.
smart.
Yeah, go ahead, Kineso. You can play it all you want. Take it for a spin. All right. Suppose somebody should go back and get.
Yep, I am. Oh, alright, I died, so I lost my my rare freight engine that I bought and put in my inventory just specifically for my pocket ship. I've made mistakes today. I'm gonna go get the VMAX.
I think it's been a successful day today. I'm gonna put some there's the metal railing things. I'm gonna put some of those on it just to help make sure we don't clip through by accident.
Brakes. Brakes.
Oh, you could probably have summoned your VMAX to you. I may be close. But you can only do it like once a day.
The game just decided I should be in the air.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Oh boy. I wonder if I can actually. That's a good thought. I'm gonna try that.
Broken me so he's gone offline.
Yeah. Filter. Me. That? Nope, has to be less than 4 kilometers. Alright. I will be back real fast. Okay.
About 7 kilometers out. I guess I could have put down my pocket shift. That's kind of what pocket shifts are for.
Packed had no fuel. Damn. I'll be back with the VMAX, and we'll put some fuel in your compact. I need to transfer the VMAX to the org so that I can give it the Kineso permission. But yeah, I'm incredibly lazy. I set up a tag I can put on ships in my org, just called Kineso. So whenever I need to give Kineso access for something, I'm just like, tag. Oh, speaking of tags and stuff, and more specifically time, aren't we over time now?
No, today is Saturday.
Yeah, but doesn't your new schedule start today?
Yeah, yes. So, but
Okay,
it's
so you're
Saturday, so since I just today's okay.
alright. So obviously Tuesday next week we start at the.
Well, Tuesday next week I'm off. So let's talk about that for a second. So, quick question: while we have a handful of people in here, so normally I stream 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday through Saturday. I usually get off at 11, do a couple things, have lunch, things like that, do things with the doggos that I can't mention because they'll hear it, get excited, because it involves the over there and like the things where you attach to their colors, yeah, that stuff. But I have to go into work 2 hours early, so I'm off Tuesdays now. But the rest of the week I have to go in 2 hours early than I normally do. So yes, the W word. Next time if you officially crash it, give it into your face. But so I'm toying with the how to do it. I normally wake up at 7:30, stream at 8. I'm thinking about waking up at 6:30, starting to stream at 7 a.m. So I would basically stream an hour early. So I may try that for a little bit. The other option was to try to start streaming at 8, but end by like 10 or 10:30 at the latest instead of 11, and then kind of putting some stuff in there. So I think what we're gonna do is try to start streaming at 7 instead of start streaming at 8. For the European guys, it'll be an hour earlier than normal. For the U.S. people, it's going to be difficult because it's stupid early. But that being said, on Tuesdays, be able to stream. I'll probably start streaming at 7 anyway, and just keep going. I know that's his ship. That's his. It's a light ship. You know what I would do with this thing, so I would try to find out whoever made uh, the hover script, or try to get a hover script. To me, this thing begs to be a hovercraft, like the the Nimbus. The only problem with that is you wouldn't be able to fly it as fast. But I would just put engines on every corner and just freaking let hover it. It'd be amazing. Yeah, I didn't realize you had all the engines on the back. All the engines. So that's definitely a Thor. So that's going to be the goal right now, is to probably start streaming an hour early. Tuesdays, I'm going to try to keep that day like I'm working for my family and stuff. So I still have Saturdays and Sundays. I still want to stream on Tuesdays, so I'll stream Tuesday morning, and then I will probably take a break, go have lunch, do what I do, and then come back and try to stream maybe Tuesday afternoon. Also, just trying to, I'm trying different things to see if we can build stuff up. So that being said, also we'll have to. I may need to stream like a Sunday afternoon every once in a while, because what I want to do is, now that I've got this thing built, I need to find a location to launch people off of, and basically start testing that to see like how long it takes to launch somebody out, and either doing it like a monthly thing or something. Because I think if I try to just wait until November, and the first day of November we do it, we're not going to have as many things. And if we do it like once a month or something on like maybe Sunday, we start building that up so that people are like, oh, hey, and then people can start making iterations, seeing what works and what doesn't work. Because there's still going to be some RNG too. So what I'll end up having to do, I may have to. Yeah, I think I can just set up that org so that it has permissions so that pretty much anybody could dock to that ship. And what we'll do, because what I'm going to leave a lot of stuff up to people. So I'll have the ship there. The whoever we have pilot it will pilot it. And we'll have them go out, and that way they can do the same thing every single time. But if you're loading your glider on it, you dock the glider to it, you set it up the way you want it to, the angle, as close to the back or as front as you want it. That stuff's all on you. And then that way, if we have it have a couple of days like where we do like 1 week, and then we can kind of do that, and so yeah, but I think that may be a good thing to start. I may talk to Serapis and see if they want to try to do that. Yeah, if you're in the dock ship, like, and you're in the pilot seat of the dock ship, it will still fly with it, right? The idea is to get a script that will forcibly undock it. So the idea is to have that on a runway, have it pointed down the runway, right? And I'll probably have to make some sort of like launching pod, right? So that way we can set it up where it's set up the same way every single time. Because I'm trying to make it as repeatable as I can to make it as fair as possible to everybody. Because I'm trying to set a even level playing field. I want people to I don't want somebody to feel like they got upset because they got a bad launch or something. So we set it up. We basically you'll push a button. As soon as you hit the button, the rockets will fire for X number of seconds, however long I determine to get to the end of the runway. Once it gets to the end of that time, we'll launch. We'll forcefully undock the glider, whatever, basically forcefully undock everything that's attached to it. Once that's done, I'm gonna I'll hit the brakes and fire vertical rockets that will push the platform down out of the way. And then at that point, I'll just deal with the aftermath of trying to get the glider or the ship back. Because that's going to be the interesting part, and whoever's flying that thing at that point will have to figure out how to get it back to the station. Because the problem is we need a little bit of height, right? And then we have to determine how much height we need. Like, do we just do this from a couple of, do we do it from 100 meters? Do we do it from, 50 meters? Do we do it from 30 meters? Or do we do it from like 500 meters? Because that's going to be the trick of finding out like what that balance is, giving people a good chance to be able to fly and do stuff, versus of whatnot. So, and then if we able to do it a couple of times beforehand, because even then, like, so we have July, August, September, October, November, right? So we only have like 4 months until really for people to be able to try, which means that I really need to aim at probably the first Sunday in July, which is that the 3rd. So maybe we look to do this July 3rd, that Sunday night. And maybe talk to Serapis and see if, unfortunately, that's going to only give people a couple, like, what? Basically, just a little bit over a week, like 8 days to build a glider. Which means I need to have the stuff figured out today. So basically I can talk to Serapis and then see if he's interested and wants to do it. And it sounds like some stuff that they would want to do. And then I need to make sure that an extra small core doesn't overlap too far from this. So if I need to make this thing wider, I can. But this was just kind of literally just thrown together. Just today was experiments to see if it would work. But yeah, so if you guys are looking to play BU, like I said, that's my recruiter code for the Refer a Friend program. You don't have to use my Refer a Friend program if you don't have it. If you do not have a Refer a Friend on your account and it allows you to do one, I highly recommend grabbing somebody's recruiter code and putting it on your account or making a new account with it. You don't have to use mine. I won't be offended if you use somebody else's. It is what it is. Mine is there so that if you do need one, there's one easy for you to find. It gives you like a million talent points, a couple of small containers, a container hub, I think an extra small core, like a couple of like other items. The million talent points is really the important part of that. And then it gives me the ability to kind of do some, like I can go down here to on my landing gear, and I can change them to make them rusty, or I can make them silver. So over time, I'll get those. The big one I'm after is the purple, force fields. But if I really need to, there's several people that have that stuff, and I can get it. So and then I think we put the doors and everything in. I didn't really do anything else for this one last night. I was really busy at work. It's like everybody realized that I was there by myself, so they called me in. Why? So, but yeah, we built all this stuff yesterday. This thing's coming along. I just kind of wanted to take a break and let my brain kind of rethink about this today. The second code there is for my my affiliate program. So if you use that, I do get a small kickback of 5%. It's not a large amount of money, but the plan with that is to it's basically free money at that point. It costs you nothing to use it. It gives me a 5% kickback, and then I'll use that money to buy DAX when they come out, and then I'll give the DAX. That's really what I'm going to use. If we get a lot of money in there and like it doesn't make sense to buy DAX with it to give away, then I'll donate it to Extra. So, I'm looking at trying to figure out what to do with this. The latest problem I have, I think what I'm going to end up doing is trying to angle this out and bring it even with up here, because I need to figure out what the best angle to get the space brakes to the edge of this ship. So I need to put the space brakes on the bottom of this, but at the same time I need them angled out so that they don't collide. It's either that or I can put the space brakes all the way down the outsides, I guess. It's just a question of whether I have big square blocks all the way down the side of it. The actual brakes, the atmospheric brakes, I can stick those inside for now. I just have put a bunch of brakes in one of the cargo pods. They are talking about changing that, so we'll see how that changes. Once they ever change those brakes to where they have to be outside, that's going to be a mess. All right, so now that as long as we have Kaniso and Ben Hurt and if you guys are still around, the current rules that I have for the gliders is it has to be an extra small core, no engines, like none, no hover engines, no atmospheric, no space, no rockets, no engines. If you want to put fuel tanks on it, you can put fuel tanks on it. But you can't have any engines. You can have adjusters because you'll need to be able to adjust. Ailerons are fine. Anything that you want to put on there other than just no engine. And an extra small container, I think that's, and whoever goes the furthest wins. We'll have to figure out some way to place a ship or place a point for it may just be as easy as me basically making like an extra small ship that just looks like a flag pointer. Basically, it's just a small platform. We can basically compact it, go out, and whoever is flying the ship can go out and just place the point, so that way we know who is, and we'll have to set up an area, right? So you have to stay within, like your distance doesn't count if you go all the way to the left. It's just straight out. So we'll have to get all those. If anybody thinks of any rules that we think should be added or something like that, let me know. But I think that follows the basic gist of it. I will need to figure out what I can give away this week. It may be one of those things I have to talk to Serapis or Kaniso or Van Herk or somebody and see if we can get a prize, right? Because that's what's going to bring people in is the prize. Because I got to give people a reason to try and win. And unfortunately, I don't have enough money to I have a bunch of. Why did Devin send me $100 million? All right, so we have some prize money. Thank you, Devin, but you left. I didn't see you did.
You can hover over the little eye next to it to see what the note says about it.
Good luck with the fundraiser. I appreciate it, my friend. So honestly, at this point, I say if we're interested, I'll make 50 million for first place.
Transfer the money into the into your extra life org for safekeeping.
Yeah. You think that would get some people out?
We've got till November, so I'll see what I can do to help.
Well, no, I want to do it like next Sunday.
Oh, next Sunday?
Yes, like July 3rd.
Because you want to do a test run, don't you, of the whole thing?
Yes, I want to do several test runs. And so there's a couple of reasons. Like, first of all, if we start doing test runs and we start doing it once a month, right? Like we do it on the first Sunday of the month, every month, that starts building people up to go, hey, we're doing this the first Sunday of the month, right? Then as more people show up and do it, that will allow us to then be like, okay, hey, this will work the bugs out, we'll work the bugs out. So, and then I have an idea of how long it's going to take. So since I have an idea of how long it's going to take, then I can schedule the time better. So we know when to start, so when we can end. So because I don't know if it's going to take us 2 hours to burn through 20 people, or if it's going to take us 12 hours to burn 20.
Yeah.
And trying to work out the reset and stuff like that and things like that. So trying to figure that stuff out, it's it's a bunch of unknowns. Like I don't know, and I don't know if anybody else has done anything like this before.
Well, with that now known, then I guess a comment I was going to make on stream, I'm going to now make off stream, because Pete doesn't sign himself up to anything without
Yes, please don't sign yourself up for. Well, we may not have the we may not have the ability to run the script. It may have to just be manually done.
Well, I mean, undock I can run with what can be programmed. Force field control can be programmed. Timers can be programmed. So there is a lot of stuff we could do. It's just it's a matter of figuring out. And yeah,
Can you forcibly
I
start an engine with a button push?
on the docked construct or the construct with the programming board.
The contract with the programming board.
Yeah, pretty sure you can.
So, because if nothing else, because if worst case scenario, if I pressed a button and that sent out a signal, that signal lit off the rocket engines, right? And then we had a delay line fuse for 2 seconds or something. And after 2 seconds, it undocked the ship and fired a different set of engines.
Never mind delay lines, just programming it. Just you hit a button and the program starts, and it just timers and triggers.
Yeah, because at that point, then
control.
Yeah. So, because if we can do that and like just basically, if nothing else, just the rocket engine cuts off, it goes out, it freaking forcibly undocks, and then just launches the ship downward. Because that's the important part, is getting it away from it. And then we have to figure out how to get it back up. And then that's going to be the other problem too, is the higher that platform is, the harder it's going to be to get that ship back up there.
So I can set thrust values for engines using tags, and then
the next option was to maybe talk to Serapis and see if they can put the script onto a seat for me from the VTOL ship. Because if I can get them to put that script on the ship for me, then I can put some VTOL engines on it, and then just basically have it fly back up, and then we can just park it back on the platform. Yeah. That would be the easiest way to do it. If not, I can VTOL it back up. Like I have my
So it's engine thrust. What else do we need to be able to do?
I think the ideal would be basically turn the rocket motors on.
So
wait X amount of time, forcefully undock, hit the brakes, and then release the brakes, and then fire rocket engines down.
Right. So yeah, we'd have to have 2 sets of tags and rocket engines. So I could set certain tags.
Yeah, but that's easy because we would just say forward engines, forward rocket, and downward rocket.
And delay, just a standard delay in Lua code. Core unit. I'm just looking.
And then after it fires for like a half a second downward, it basically full lock the brakes. So that way it will glide to the ground, as opposed to, having to repair the thing and crash it continuously.
Yeah, and I can forcibly deboard and forcibly undock. So.
Yeah, and then all you do is you just jump in the other seat, turn the stuff back on, so that it's, once you get to that seat, it basically allows you to do the hover. We fly back up to the back of the landing craft, refuel it, and load the next ship in. And then go place the the flag for how far they made it. And then the other side too is we'll find out like what people's skill ratings are. So that way I can do some tests to find out if somebody's got no piloting skills versus somebody that has really good piloting skills, what the actual difference is. And I may make a glider or two, just kind of in my idea of what I need, to see kind of how it works, and kind of it's, oh, this is such a crazy idea. So the real question is the people that are still here, what y'all think this is? It's something different. Like, I don't know how it's going to work. I'm kind of scared to to figure it out and find out. Good, bad, and different. Do you think it will work? Do you think it won't? Do you think I'm crazy? I know I'm crazy, but I'm just trying to do something different. Because everybody does races and everybody does other things. I like to get the pod racers and stuff like that out. Maybe get those started here soon too. And the thing is I want people to build their own ships because I want people to be able to express themselves through creativity. Do you think, should we do it all or nothing for the prize money? Should we just do $50 million and first place winner takes all, or should we have like first, second, third, or like first and second and creativity? Things to think about. Things to think about. That truck, can we sell? I don't know if anybody sells it, dude. That was legitimate salvage. So Kaniso asked me about the truck. It was legitimate salvage. So the DRM is WBG hover Luxmites. I don't know. And then if I build it, the DRM is Wolf's Den theme.
Alright, Plum, I have a task for you for later.
Okay.
Write down the rough program flow of what I need to put together.
Okay.
You know, then once that's done, I can sort of draft it up and we can attempt to put it together over the coming days on a craft.
Well, I need to take the thing to I need a landing pad, and I need to find out how far this thing travels, because it's fast. Like, I'm glad there's not player health in this game right now, because this damn thing would kill you.
Oh yeah.
It is breakneck speeds.
Gotta admit, I'm super happy with this truck. I wish I didn't need
What's
so
that?
many
With
wings.
your truck, yeah. That thing's.
I wish I didn't need the massive wing in that as I've had to put together, but
Yeah.
you know, still. Is Kaniso back? I thought he left.
Well, he sent me a message on Discord.
Last I heard, he was going back to his base because someone needed, stuff.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, okay. Because I was going to be like, yeah, I'll repair it. You can fly the truck. And then he left, and I was like, oh, well, I won't hurry then. Game, I'm not trying to repair a voxel. Stop it.
Now the other thing too is I may ask Serapis how much one of his shuttles would cost. Because I think that would be a fitting prize for a gliding competition that's powered by rockets. I think it definitely would show the skills that you need to do that. But yeah, I'm excited and scared. And then so then the other ones we'll have pod racers. So I'm still kind of working on how I want that to work. The and it may be one of those things that I, I I don't want to allow people to put like rare engines because that's just money at that point. I think we may just go
Force it to basic. That way everyone's on a level playing field.
well,
Yeah.
I'm debating, right? Because the engines themselves have pluses and minuses, right? So yeah, military has more thrust, but it uses more fuel. Freight has, good thrust, but it's very fuel efficient, right? So if you're running around in your pod racer and you're having to go all the way around the mountain and you don't have enough fuel to get around the mountain, because you're going to have to turn and adjust course and you're going to have to be adjusting the throttle. And only having hover engines, you have to stay fairly close to the ground. So if you get going too fast, that's its own problem. So I think that is having that, but I'm worried that going from uh, an uncommon or is it uncommon the lowest? There's uncommon, advanced, rare, and exotic. So going from an uncommon military to a rare military, though, that is a large amount of money put in there. And a newer player may not be able to do that. Like like an uncommon military versus a basic engine. Yeah, there's some trade-offs to be happening, and you may be better off with the military may be overall better. Um, but it's still kind of a fair, even a level playing field. So I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that question yet. But I wanted people to have, especially because it's theming, right? And honestly, if you're trying to make a nice stealth fighter ship, and I force you to use freight engines, that's not gonna look good. Or if you're trying to make a gray ship and you're having this maneuvering where this big yellow freaking bumblebee thing, because some people choose engines for aesthetics, for how they're colored. Some people will do it just because they don't give a crap what it looks like. And if somebody wants to build something, because I want to have prizes for creativity and the best looking one, right? And it's going to be just completely subjective of, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I'm sorry, like, that's my favorite one. And that's probably going to be I don't know if I'll open it to a poll or something, but I'm gonna try to do something fair so that there's a crowd favorite, right? If it comes down to it, I'll just have to pick one. But I try to be fair and make sure like creativity is important, right? If it looks cool, it looks cool. Like, um, why do I have random briefings popping up? Okay,
I may have created a new Discord group.
yeah, I saw that.
That would be where we put stuff related to this. That
I
yeah,
don't know about that question.
that wasn't a question to you. That's a question to me.
Okay.
I need to go read because I have an idea.
Yeah. So I want to like the thing with the pod racers. I kind of want to have the starting point on one side of a mountain and the finish point on the other side of the mountain. And as long as you go from here to here, it's kind of up to you. Because I figure if we'll have to kind of balance that to find out where, like, if somebody is crazy enough to go over the mountain,
Yeah.
and
So
I'm gonna find a steep peaked like gnarly mountain.
yeah.
Um,
So
the
Plum.
then if you want to try to go over the mountain, that's on you, man. That's uh, but I want to make it treacherous enough that if you do that and you mess up, you're blowing your ship up.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Plum.
but what's that?
Think about the idea you have there, and then try and apply what my thought is in that DM.
Yeah, well, and if you do that, then that gives us a track, right? And it's a lot easier to build it.
Well, my thought
Because
was
if not,
if you could go any path between point A and point B, and we can just be like,
yeah,
here's a bunch
here's
of
your
points.
checkpoints.
You know, the sprints in like Forza Horizon.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
that's
could do
what.
the same thing by just building a checkpoint gate and just having
Well,
somebody there.
yeah. I mean, but then we have to also get everyone to load all the waypoints in. But what I was
Yeah, then
wondering is if I
we
could,
have to have enough course workers because I'm trying to
yeah.
keep the amount of course workers as low as we can, so that
See,
as many
that's
people
what
that want to compete can. I I what is it? Your life is horrible. I know. Oh my lord, your life is so horrible. I don't know how you survived so long. Would you stop hitting me with your ears? That shit hurts.
all right. Where's
Totally
Kineso?
done.
I need to install software.
But yeah. So and then the drop. I think I'm gonna build the ships for the drop. Um, because I have a very specific idea that I want to for the drop. Mostly because I want to take the I need a screenshot of it. If I can do the screenshot that I want, it will be amazing. But the I don't know 100% how to make the 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 ship that I want yet. I'm trying to figure it out my brain. I'm learning. Why you go lay down? What are you doing? No, no more dog ammo for you.
Okay. Kineso, if you can see your Revo Mars ship, get on your ship. Because it's not here for me.
Oh, is his ship bugged out?
So it might be desync. So if you make sure you're inside your ship and boarded and outside of build mode, if you have to relog, you'll end up still
I see his
inside the
ship over
ship.
there.
You see a ship, okay then. The little white thing or his other big ship?
No, I just see the little scooter, the alien crap.
No, no, because his Revo Mars is the ship he's talking about, but it's not here. So it's occurred to me he may not be hearing. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's coming together. We'll have to kind of see how it is, see how it works. Hell, if nothing else, I maybe even be able to use Surface's elevator. Oh yeah, see, I figured somebody's gonna do it. Good job, Upstroyer. Loading the dogs with ammo. I see how it is. Hi, can I help you? Are you okay? You need this? Ouch, my finger! The finger is not a treat. I need the finger. Uber. I don't have any more.
Please just be a desync on our end because.
Mr. Schroeder. So, yeah. Jake Spikes is on the finger. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Unfortunately, I am running out of the time. I do need to go to the works today. See if we can find somebody to go raid. Lots of progress today. We got our rocket sled. I'm feeling a lot more confident that we can do what we need to do. I think even if I have to, with like worst case scenario, I think I can. I think we'll be able to do what we need to do. I think it's going to be some good stuff. So I feel real confident that by next week we should be able to get all the stuff sorted. I just need to spend the next week finding a place. You know what? We'll raid Mr. Swervin. It's been a couple of days since I think I raided him. Or did we raid him yesterday? We raided him yesterday. Whatever. We're raiding him again. Do me a favor, come hang out for a little bit, tell him I said hi, and we will see you guys next week. Y'all be safe. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.